Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. This is MazezRealm once again, and this is another episode of my DLC delving series. If you guys have watched my previous episode, you would have seen that I covered the map Mirage. For this episode, however, I'm going to be covering the map Downhill. Now, for those of you who have been playing Call of Duty for some time and have played previous Call of Duty titles, you would have probably have guessed that most of the Call of Duty community does not really like snow levels. And I still don't understand why that is. I really don't. However, if you're one of those people who has disliked snow levels in the past, I would really urge you to check out this particular map, Downhill. It's just a really unique map because of the fact that it is so large and vast. However, it plays in a really hectic way and really fast paced as well. And that's a really interesting element to have on such a large map. And because of that, I feel as if this is one of the best maps on the current DLC content drop for domination. And the reason for that is because every single flag on Downhill is easy to defend, yet easy to obtain with good teamwork. And that is an element that is really strange to have on a DLC map, especially in Domination. Most of you know that in Domination on most maps in Call of Duty, the Bravo objective, or the Bravo flag, is always in the center where you cannot really defend the flag very effectively. It's just, you will die trying to defend the flag because it's just in the middle of an entire vast area where clusterfucks are bound to happen. And then it's based solely on who has the best setup and best gun equipped for the situation. And that is a cool element to have in Domination, but in this map, the element that you have to deal with is that anybody can defend the Bravo flag, the Alpha flag, and the Charlie flag with any loadout. And that is what makes this map really unique in Domination. It's a very cool element to have on a map, and it's just a different look into Domination, and I really like that. I like having a little bit of different types of gameplay styles that can be seen in a match on a certain map, and I like being able to experience that. That's what makes Call of Duty, for me, challenging and fun. And that's why I would recommend that you guys try playing Domination on Downhill. If you are a fan of playing Team Deathmatch or objective-based game modes that require you to be a little bit more mobile and on your feet, this map is actually very unique in that every long sightline does have a vantage point. However, those vantage points have a lot of different weaknesses in that you can flank an enemy player so easily in those vantage points that it forces players to keep on the move. And that is a really cool thing to have on a map, because there are a lot of campers in Black Ops 2. I know that you guys have been playing this game long enough to know that you will see some people playing like complete bitches on these new maps and in maps in general. They just are not the best players, and they really find the cheapest way to play the game, and that can be irritating sometimes. In Downhill, however, no matter how hard you try to camp in a specific location, there are multiple ways to kill the enemy, and that is a really cool thing, especially for players like myself who have a very aggressive and stealthy way of playing the game. But if you're a player that likes to snipe in stationary locations, it also forces you to think outside the box and forces you to not be able to camp in a specific location for the entire match and do well. You have to really get like 4 or 5 kills in one building and move on to the next building, because you will find players that are relentless in getting revenge. And some of those players will always get their revenge. Some of those players are just that good. And you want to keep that in mind when playing this map on Team Deathmatch. If you're playing game modes like Capture the Flag, you will have already noticed, I should say, that running the flag to capture it is a huge team effort. You will not be successful in just running the flag by yourself, because there are so many cutoff points on this map in order to get to another objective that it forces you to really be on your feet if you're just playing to, to grab a flag by yourself and be a one-man army. And that's a really cool thing, because I'm a really huge advocate of teamwork in team-based game modes. I don't understand why people do not play as a team in game modes like Domination or Capture the Flag or Demolition. I hate to see slayers or players that are really aggressive and they just like to get kills play objective-based game modes. I don't understand that. I really don't. If you're going to play an objective-based game mode, play the objective. And if you're a good enough slayer, you'll be able to play the objective and also get your kill streaks and point streaks up. I hate slayers that are only good at rushing enemy spawns, but don't give a rat fuck about the objectives, even if they're losing. I do not understand how players play like that. And I strongly suggest that for those of you who do play that way and are slayers and do like to get a lot of kills, play free-for-all and play free-for-all on downhill. You will have just as much fun rushing around and killing people on a free-for-all, and you will get your KD up very, very quickly, because this map has a lot of crazy flanking routes. So if you want to get your kill streaks and you want to do well with your kill-death ratio and things of that sort, please just go and play free-for-all. If you want to play an objective-based game mode and do well, then by all means select this map to play it on Domination, because if you're a slayer and an objective-based type of player as well, you will find a lot of success in this map. Just because there are so many different classes that you can use on this map that will help you be able to get your point streaks up and still get those crazy 100+ gameplays on this game mode while still playing the objective. And that's a really cool thing to do, and that's a thing that I will encourage you guys to try and do on this map. Now, for classes that work well on this map, definitely consider the Peacekeeper submachine gun if you are going to run a submachine gun. Simply because there are some long sight lines that you will definitely want to have a little bit of advantage over, and then there's some close range combat that you can also keep an eye out as well. So definitely keep an eye out the Peacekeeper if you're going to be playing that map. And then there are tons of different weapons that you can use on that map that are still really good to use as well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of DLC Delving. If you are interested in watching the previous episode of DLC Delving, you can do that by clicking on the icon there on your screen. If you would like to watch a similar series to this one, you can click on that thumbnail there, and that will take you to my series, The Arsenal. I'm sure you guys would really like that series as well if you like this series. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel and you haven't already, you can do that by clicking on the top right. If you would like to follow me on Twitter, you can see that information by hovering over that icon there on the top left. And if you want to check out the rest of my playlists and series, you can do that by clicking on the MazezRealm icon there on the bottom of your screen. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, and until next time, this has been MazezRealm. I'm out.